That night began like any other quiet, ordinary drive, the kind where the road hums softly under the tires and the world feels distant and safe. We had left later than planned, because life always finds a way to delay us. The air was cool, the sky dark, and the headlights carved a narrow tunnel through the unknown ahead. I remember thinking how calm everything felt, how peaceful. The silence between us was the kind of silence built on years of knowing each other. Without words, my hands rested lightly on the steering wheel. My mind wandered to small things, unfinished chores, an unread message, the warmth of home waiting somewhere behind us. He sat beside me, quiet, thoughtful, staring out into the darkness, as if searching for something only he could see. I did not notice when his breathing changed, when the calm in his posture tightened, when his fingers curled slowly against his knee. It was subtle, the kind of shift you only recognize later when you replay the moment again and again, wishing you had paid closer attention. Then he leaned closer, not sudden, not dramatic, just close enough that I could feel the warmth of his breath against my ear, and he whispered, "Turn the car around now." Not louder than the hum of the engine, not sharp, not panicked, but something in his voice cut straight through me. It carried a weight that froze my hands and sent a chill through my spine. I glanced at him, confused, my foot easing off the accelerator, my heart beginning to beat faster. For no clear reason, I asked why. Without speaking, the question was in my eyes, on my face, in the way my shoulders stiffened. He did not answer immediately, he just looked at me, and in that look was something I had never seen before, fear mixed with certainty, urgency. Without explanation, he whispered again, "Turn around now, please." The road ahead stretched empty and dark. There was nothing, no headlights, no movement, no warning signs, no reason I could see to change our direction. My rational mind fought back. This made no sense. We were fine. Everything was fine. We were almost there. The GPS was clear. The night was calm. But something deeper than logic stirred inside me, a quiet instinct, a memory of all the times I had trusted this man, through storms, through illness, through moments when the world felt uncertain, and every time that trust had carried us through. I swallowed my doubt, my hands tightened, and slowly, deliberately, I turned the steering wheel. The car shifted direction, the road behind us opening like a shadowed path we had just left, and in that instant the air changed, the silence thickened. My heart pounded so loud I could hear it in my ears. My breath came shallow. I wanted to ask again what he had seen, what he knew, what he felt, but the words would not come. We drove in silence. The minutes stretched long, heavy, each second dragging like it carried weight. I kept checking the mirror, glancing at the road behind us, feeling foolish, afraid, alert. All at once my thoughts raced through worst-case scenarios, accidents, danger, mistakes, embarrassment for overreacting. Then it happened. A sudden flash of light behind us, far too bright, far too fast. The sound followed, sharp, violent, metal screaming against metal, a force that shook the night itself. I slammed the brakes instinctively. My heart leapt into my throat. My hands trembled as I pulled to the side of the road. We sat there frozen, staring back at the chaos unfolding in the darkness, a collision right where we would have been seconds earlier. Headlights, twisted smoke, rising screams echoing faintly through the night. My body went cold, then numb, then hot. All at once I covered my mouth, tears filling my eyes as the reality sank in. If we had stayed on that road, if I had ignored his whisper, if I had trusted logic over instinct, we would have been there in the middle of it, crushed, trapped, broken, or worse. I turned to him, my voice shaking, my hands still trembling, and he finally spoke. He said he did not know how to explain it. He said something felt wrong, heavy, pressing against H. Warning, he could not ignore a feeling that demanded action without reason. We sat there long after the sirens arrived, long after the flashing lights painted the night in red and blue, long after strangers rushed past us into the wreckage. Our hands found each other and held tight, grounding us, reminding us we were still here, still breathing, still alive. On the drive home, the silence returned, but it was different now. It was filled with gratitude, awe, humility, the understanding that life can change in a breath, that safety is fragile, that sometimes the smallest, quietest moments carry the greatest weight. That whisper did not save us because it was loud or dramatic. It saved us because it was trusted, because in that moment I chose faith over doubt, connection over logic, love over fear. Since that night, I listen more closely, not just to him, but to the quiet warnings within myself, the subtle shifts, the uneasy feelings, the instincts that do not shout, but insist gently, persistently, that something matters. We tell ourselves we need proof, we need certainty, we need reason, but sometimes all we have is a feeling, a whisper, a moment where trust becomes the bridge between danger and survival. Every time I sit behind the wheel now, I remember that night, the calm before the whisper, the choice, the turn, and the life that continued. Because of it, I remember how close we came to never knowing what would have happened next. And I am grateful for the trust that saved us, for the love that spoke softly but firmly enough to change everything, for the reminder that sometimes the most powerful words are the ones barely spoken at all. He whispered, "Turn around now," and because I listened, because I trusted, we are still here together, telling this story, breathing in another ordinary, extraordinary